Paul, good morning. Great to see you.
Yeah, good morning, John. Good to see you as well.
Thank you. I am with Paul Vasta with Grammercy Orthopedics. He is the CIO as well as CTO. Make sure I say that correctly, and co-founder of that business. Paul, we'll jump right in. 2020, most unique year maybe you and I have ever seen in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about how you have ran the business in 2020, potentially pivoted. Go into that a little bit for us.
Yeah, as I assume everyone else has experienced, we've run the business a little bit with some white knuckles holding on. But, that's also pretty much the business as usual for a small startup company, which we are. We've been in business a little over 5 years, and much of that time was just developing our technology. So, this has been just a crazy year. And like everyone else, we were affected, probably different than a restaurant or other types of businesses and other industries. We are, as the name of the company implies, Grammercy Extremity Orthopedics. We are a medical device company, but and we exist in the orthopedic world, and more specifically the extremities, which our business focus right now on foot and ankle. So that's would be bone plates and screws and all those things that the orthopedic surgeon would use to repair your foot. But we also have a little bit of a different spin on delivering that technology to the operating room. And to give your listeners that may not be in this familiar with orthopedics a little bit of background, typically when a surgery happens, an orthopedic surgery happens, a sales representative from a company providing those instruments and implants would bring these big metal trays that need to be steam sterilized in an autoclave to be sterilized for the surgery, for use in surgery, and then they would bring it up. And so there's this whole process of communicating with the sales rep and them bringing the equipment in, the facility having to then process it and get it ready for the operating room. And if it's not ready, there's a lot of inefficiencies and trouble spots that could happen during that whole process. So we've been myself and the other two founders have been in the industry for a long time. And we didn't want to just start another medical device company that provides those types of implants. We wanted to address the issues that were in and around providing those implants to the operating room. And so we developed a cart system that holds all of our implants and instruments in pre-sterilized, individually packaged containers that fit in this cart. And on top of that, each one of those has an RFID tag. And so these carts operate as mini remote warehouses that are cloud connected. So we can monitor inventory, we can track consumption of the parts, we can bill through it. It all goes to our cloud, and we communicate with our customers in that way. So in essence, what has happened with COVID-19 was really addressed as part of our business model from day one, which is you want to limit the bioburden in the operating room. In other words, the number of personnel that go in there that could be carrying the virus, but not just in the operating room, in the facility in general, because you don't want to expose not just the patients, but the caretakers, the healthcare providers. You don't want to bring anything in from the outside for them to get sick. So because we've embraced and engaged technology so much in the handling of that inventory, the facilities can use our product with very little outside help. We can send the product directly to the facilities. They can load it into the cart themselves. and the nurses that run the operating room just operate it. It's like a kiosk, basically. If you went into a Panera Bread and ordered, something, it's kind of the same situation. So what happened in March and April to everybody else happened to us with a little bit of delay, because our business is completely focused on elective surgeries right now for the most part. And elective surgeries got shut down pretty much across the country for a good part of that late spring, early summer. So our revenue, like a lot of other companies' revenues and a lot of other industries, just dried up. And that was
question would be, what did you learn in 2020 that you're going to carry into 2021?
Well, realistically, we learned that obviously something as unexpected as a pandemic can really affect your business. But, there's a couple advantages I think we had going into 2020 that we will continue to carry on. It's not something we will adjust per se, but one of those is, the founders in our company in general operates very frugally. You kind of need to do that as a startup anyway, but really the focus was always, we don't need to have a fancy corner office. I'm CTO, we're in a very moderate building. We operate very conservatively, and we will continue to do that. That helped get us through those dry periods where there weren't any elective surgeries. And besides that, our technology, as it plays into healthcare facilities, keeping out external folks, it's an advantage to them, those that have our system right now, because they don't need extra folks bringing in this equipment. It's just shipped in and it's there. So as
we finish up, right? And sorry to cut you off, but because time is limited, but as we finish up, last question. CTOs that I've worked with over the last 25 years are really forward thinkers. And you and I had a chance to talk prior to this, and I know you are as well. As you look and try to prepare for 2021, knowing that all plans that were made in Q4 2019 got thrown out the window, and as you mentioned, March and April, how are you leading your company forward, your particular group, and then as a co-founder, just the company in general? How are you guys planning 2021 and a couple pieces that people might be able to take away from that?
Well, I think you just have to be prepared for full stops. We haven't got a vaccine for this yet. Who knows, when the next one might be coming. It's just like the flu, they'll give you a vaccine one year, it's different the next year. So I think, we as a company are continually looking at that, continually seeing, okay, we're building our revenue, but you can't just go out like you used to and just drive to the future and, kind of damn the torpedoes type of mentality. You've got to be a little bit more conservative. In addition to that, you got to look forward to those trickle-down changes that are going to happen in your industry and work towards those. There's going to be more remote activities. So you need to provide users, your customers, if they need data, to be able to access that data remotely. Just things like that. What it's going to take to survive, and how your particular industry is going to change because of it. And that's what I'm really looking for, not just in the rest of this year, but next year and the years to come.
Paul, it's been great. I've enjoyed talking to you, getting to know you a little bit. Thank you so much for your time today. I'm hoping we're able to talk soon.
Yeah, thank you, John. I appreciate it. It's nice meeting you too.
All right.